I don't know about you, but whenever I play video games, I usually adopt this frugal mentality of trying to hoard as much wealth as humanly possible. Whenever I play a game like Skyrim, I always find myself pocketing every potion and spell possible, not to use in combat, no, but to sell for monetary gain. And I extend this same mentality when it comes to the games in the Fallout franchise. Today we'll be exploring the premise of becoming a millionaire in Fallout 4, without using any glitches, exploits, or mods. Well, I did use a few mods, but nothing that affected the gameplay itself. This challenge took by far the longest to complete out of any video I've ever made, and was equally just as mentally draining. So sit back and watch as I answer the question, how long does it take to become a millionaire in Fallout 4? Not many people know this, but Fallout 4 is by far the hardest game in the series when it comes to making money, and becoming a millionaire in Fallout 4 is going to be no easy task, just like trying to become a millionaire in real life. Which is why today's video is sponsored by Manscaped. I'm sure you're well aware that Manscaped offers some of the best tools for trimming and grooming both the body and balls, which is why Manscaped were kind enough to send me over a free copy of their Performance Package 4.0. Obviously, I can't trim and maintain my actual balls on YouTube, so today we'll be using the next best thing. Apricots. The lawnmower is the flagship product that Manscaped sells, and honestly I was surprised at how smooth the experience actually was. Not only is it fully waterproof, but it's designed to be perfect for sensitive and wrinkly skin, as it reduces nicks and cuts wherever possible. And once your balls are freshly shaven, feel free to keep them smelling extra fresh with Manscaped's Crop Reviver, which is designed to be extra careful, again, for that sensitive region. If you go to the link in the description or the pinned comment down below, you can get free international shipping and an extra 20% off when you use promo code Itsjabo at the checkout. Once again, thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. So anyways, I started a new playthrough with a pretty simple game plan. My goal was to use strength and charisma mainly, as strength is good for melee weapons which don't require ammo, meaning I won't need to spend money on ammunition to top up my weapon of choice, but also more strength means more carry weight, allowing me to do more vendor runs in the late game to stack up that cap count even further. The charisma is useful for getting better prices when selling goods, but also allows me to ask quest givers for a bigger reward when completing quests. I also took 4 luck so I can get Idiot Savant for faster leveling. Honestly, a very solid plan all round. You know how the intro goes. I get into the vault, strap myself into my cryo chamber, my wife gets killed, I escape, and we're out into the wasteland. Immediately, I beeline straight to my home to pick up the special book and increase my luck all the way to level 5, allowing me to obtain Idiot Savant as soon as possible. I then head east to the small bunker at the back of Sanctuary that houses free gold bars and a few other resources which are really good for selling early game. I then head quickly back down to Concord to help out Preston Garvey before murdering a Deathclaw. And sending this group back to Sanctuary. One of the most important parts of this entire challenge is maintaining as many vendors as humanly possible. We're going to have a lot of stuff to sell, and resetting the various vendors of the game takes 2 in-game days, so I have to make sure I keep as many of them in my good books as possible. Oops.
Your money.
Yeah, I know the drill. Here.
Oh, I didn't mean a f***ing robber.
Well, that's it, huh?
I accidentally robbed Trashcan Carla. You're probably asking why I killed her. Well, if you rob her, she refuses to sell or buy anything off of you. So to me, at this point in the game, she is as good as dead. Immediately after this, we head straight to Diamond City to start off a bunch of quests. One of the more important ones for initial money gains is that of Diamond City Blues. Henry Cook and Paul Pembroke, a local bartender, are getting into a little tussle, and it's our job to fix it. We have a long conversation with Paul outside the bar before... Yeah, don't worry about it. Cook is a terrible person. But more importantly, we can find out that there's a local drug deal going down that has an abundance of various drugs available just for the taking. We head on over and immediately kill Trish and her gang before looting 60 Mentats, Jet, Buffout, and Psycho from the crates. We can immediately sell this for a small bit of cash, but we're gonna hold off on that just yet. Also, it's worth noting I installed this Fallout 76 cap display mod that visibly shows when I pick up or receive caps. So now it's easier for you, the viewer, to see how much caps I have at any given time. I'll link it in the description down below. Next off, we're gonna go down to Park Street Station to rescue Nick Valentine. This isn't super important, we're not here for Nick Valentine at all. We're here for the speech bobblehead that increases the spending capacity of all vendors by 100 caps. We proceed to rush through Vault 114 and get Nick out of there before getting one of the luckiest triggers for Idiot Savant I've seen yet.
Yo!
This might not seem like a big deal, but it's worth mentioning that our long-term goal for this run is to hit level 41. At level 41, we can obtain the third level of the perk Cap Collector, which lets us invest in any of the vendors in the game, increasing their spending capacity by a further 500 caps. Which essentially, on top of the speech bobblehead, allows us to increase the average vending capacity from around 350 caps to 950, which is a really efficient boost. But before that, we gotta do a bit more setting up. So by now you're probably wondering what my angle is for making money in this run. I need 1 million caps worth of goods, and I need something that is of stable supply. Sure, doing quests is good for a few hundred caps here and there, but I need something with a bit more stability. You probably know where this is going. I will be attempting to manufacture and build an entire water empire, using various settlements as my base of operations. At first, all I can make is basic water purifiers with medium generators, but we will get more efficient equipment soon. The first place I set up a water supply base is that of Sanctuary. It's one of the few settlements in Fallout 4 that actually has a huge supply of water just laying around. That's also another thing worth mentioning too. We need to find settlements with an abundance of water space, so I can actually build the water purifiers that produce a lot of water. At the end of the day, we're going to be selling around 1 million caps worth of purified water, so we're going to need a lot. It's also around this time that I start to obtain as many vendors as possible too, arriving at Bunker Hill, Good Neighbor, and even Covenant, which is home to one of the best vendors in the game, Penny Fitzgerald, who just wants to make sure that you're enjoying your stay.
Enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay.
I even ventured out to Far Harbor as well at a pretty early level to obtain the 8 vendors possible in the DLC, 3 at Far Harbor itself, 3 inside of Acadia, and 2 inside of the Nucleus, before heading back to increase the size of my water empire yet again. Any water I obtained through Sanctuary, I immediately sold off for more resources, giving me a positive feedback loop of selling water to obtain junk, to build more of those precious water purifiers, to then obtain more water. After around 4 hours and 20 minutes, my water empire was slowly coming together, and I sought out to expand into new horizons. The obvious next best settlement was that of Spectacle Island. Situated in the southeast corner of the map, Spectacle Island has a lot of high-level enemies around it, but it is one of the only settlements in the game that is completely covered in water. There is a ton of water space here to build purifiers on, and there is a ton of resources here to farm too. Spectacle Island is by far the best settlement in the game, and we need to use it to its fullest. Over the next couple of hours, I worked on building up both Sanctuary Hills and Spectacle Island, turning the barren settlements into thriving empires of purified water. And by the time I ended my stream for the first 6 hours, I had a whopping 35,429 caps. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. So day 2 started off with me venturing into Nuka World to obtain the extra 4 vendors situated within the market there. It was also a good excuse to power farm a few levels on the higher tier enemies within the DLC. Day 2 was pretty uneventful, so to speak. All I did was micromanage my various settlements to increase the output of water they produced, a lot of trips to Daisy and Cleo and Good Neighbor to buy shipments of oil gears and other various junk in order to build a high supply of water purifiers. I also started the Vault 88 DLC as well, as that DLC has a gigantic water purifier that can basically produce extra water for my settlements for free. Eventually, I got pretty content with my water supply and started running around the various vendors of the game, selling off my purified water one by one. At the end of day 2, with around 11 hours and 58 minutes of gameplay, I had nearly reached the 100k mark, sitting at 94,938 caps. Each bottle of water sells for around 15 caps, meaning if sold efficiently, I'd need to produce and sell around 66,667 bottles of purified water. And after tier 2, after 12 hours, we were only 10% of the way there. So I started off day 3 like any other, showing off my gigantic water supply before venturing out with one purpose for today. Today would be the day I hit level 41 and start obtaining the ability to invest in vendors, increasing their cap capacity like I said, by 500 caps, which would effectively triple my selling capacity across the wasteland. To do this, I simply ran around Far Harbor and Nuka World for roughly 4 hours, completing various quests and just power farming on various high-level enemies. It took a good while to reach level 41, but with it finally obtained, we could start seeing some swift return on our investments.
Yes! Yes! Finally! We can get this now. Right, so can I invest in normal shops? Q, invest? Oh, do they permanently have more money? Oh my god. Chat, this is it. We have to go around investing in all of our favorite shops. I also was able to obtain science level 4 with level 41 too, allowing me to build better water purifiers and the fusion reactor, which produces 100 power per unit, which is insane and can pretty much carry the electricity load of an entire settlement. Towards the end of day 3, I had finally finished setting up my various settlements for water vending. I had all the vendors across the Commonwealth invested in and ready to buy my water. I had a huge stockpile of water sitting in my settlement, and we were set at 185,122 caps. But before day 4 could start, I went on vacation to TwitchCon in Amsterdam, and unfortunately I got COVID, which is why you can probably hear in my voice that I'm a little bit stuffy. So I had to take the next couple of streams a little bit easy, and I did rest up quite a bit, but I was pretty determined to power through it all and finally reach the millionaire status that I deserved. At some point I adopted Billy to be my little companion on this adventure. My chat wanted me to sell him off to some local raider, to which I agreed, but I actually changed my mind and saved Billy yet again. The one downside to doing this is that every so often, Billy would just call me an asshole.
Why is Billy following me around? Can you, asshole?
Yeah. It's worth mentioning at this point too that a lot of people in my Twitch chat were pretty adamant about me using console commands or glitches to speed up the process of obtaining 1 million caps. To which I say, why? This whole challenge is meaningless if I just skip corners or try to cheat myself out of completing it. I mean, sure, obtaining 1 million caps is a pretty stupid task, but whatever meaning or entertainment that this task has becomes obsolete the instant I start cheating or bending the rules. So when I say I actually sat down and played the game for hours upon hours upon hours, just selling water and resetting my water purifiers, I mean it. This challenge took me 7 streams to complete, and with various settlements pumping out never-ending supplies of purified water, all I had to do was endure the difficult task of selling that water off to each and every vendor in the game. Slowly but surely, the cap counter would rise up and up over the course of many streams that are still up on my Twitch channel if you want proof that I endured through this insanely stupid task. Eventually, after 27 hours and 28 minutes, I had finally reached the finish line, sitting at 999,968 caps. But I wasn't going to surpass the million mark here, no. It was time to finally drop off Billy to his rightful home.
We thought you were dead.
What happened to you? You're all burned up like me.
We're ghouls, Billy. The radiation changed us. Looks like it did the same thing to you.
Don't worry about it, Billy. Your dad and I don't care what you look like. We still love you.
I love you too, Mom. I missed you guys. It's been so long.
Thank
Yeah?
you for bringing us back our little boy.
Yeah. I'm glad we found you.
Here, take this. I wish I had more to give you, but we don't have much.
Can't go outside and play. All my friends are dead.
Yes! We did it! We hit 1 million caps! It just says 1 million! Yes! And there it is, 1 million caps in Fallout 4. An amount so high that the game doesn't even bother to display anything beyond it. 27 hours and 30 minutes well spent just selling water to various vendors across the Commonwealth. With Billy home and celebrations afoot, I think this is a perfect time to end this video. We recently blasted past 100k subs on YouTube. I was actually, like I said, abroad in Amsterdam as it happened, so it was pretty cool to be around friends and celebrating this amazing achievement. I don't really have anything planned right now for the 100k, but I definitely will make a video for it soon. Again, I'd like to seriously thank you guys for all the support recently, and for sticking around as I ask stupid questions and deliver even stupider answers. It's been a really fun ride, and making these dumb videos is something I absolutely love. As always, more content to come real soon. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.